What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we're going to be talking about CEI or Camber Energy stock because they are pumping up massively today. They're up about 35%. There are a couple of reasons why they're pumping up, a couple of things that people need to look for if they want to know and potentially buy into this stock. There are a couple of useful things to know, so we're going to talk about that as well. But you can see that on the day they are doing massively. They were doing very well towards the close of Friday, and during the pre-market today is when they really shined, as well as during the first couple of minutes and hour of the market being open. They've actually just broken above a very key resistance level of $1. You can see they struggled with it a little bit earlier in the day. Whether or not they'll hold this level is yet to be determined. But if they do, then we could see some significant upside. If they end up holding past $1 for a significant period of time, that could be an indication that there's a lot of support for this stock. And at the moment, there is a lot going for this stock, right? We're going to talk very briefly about what they do, just so you can understand why these catalysts are important for them. So Camber Energy is an oil and natural gas company, for anyone who is unaware, and they focus on areas in central Oklahoma, south and west Texas. So that's very key because oil prices are skyrocketing, all right? Oil is going through the roof. In fact, just Sunday night, crude oil briefly topped $130 a barrel. And that is absolutely insane compared to where this thing was a year ago. In fact, you can see the typical prices for oil since 2017 have been far below $100. And you can actually see just today this massive upshoot in price. And if we zoom in a little bit, you can see just how dramatic this is. Now, this is causing oil stocks around the globe to go up, especially oil stocks that are not in Russia or Ukraine, all right? Because those are the companies that people are very worried about. Now, Camber Energy, since it operates in the US, is in a prime position to profit. I will say that Russian oil and gas only accounts for about 1% of what you see going through US refineries, and 25% of the EU's oil and gas is coming from Russia. So Camber Energy could be in a slightly better position if they were a European oil rig. That could be a little bit better for them, but all around, oil can be transported and whatnot, so they're going up in price regardless because of these massive upshoots in oil and gas prices. People are buying into CEI. Now, there are a couple more reasons why people are buying into CEI than just this, right? This is a somewhat heavily shorted stock. We're going to look at that in just a second, but you can also see that on Google Trends, a ton of people are looking into this play. It gained some momentum. It's a smaller market cap stock than a lot of the big oil stocks out there. I mean, you look at a stock like ExxonMobil, it's only up 2.5%. Not nearly as much as CEI is up. Okay, CEI is up 38%, so over 10 to 15 times more than what Exxon is doing. This is a smaller market cap stock. This isn't all fundamentally based, obviously. It's becoming more of a squeeze play, as we've seen happen in the past. It's been up as high as almost $5 per share when we were last going through a hopeful short squeeze, which ended up getting killed off by Carisdale Capital. If you used to follow the channel back then, you know what we're talking about. But CEI does have a somewhat significant number of shorts. About 10% of the free float is shorted, 28 million shares. So there are a decent number of shorts in there. People are hoping to squeeze them out. What I really like about these short squeeze stocks is regardless of whether or not the shorts get squeezed out, there's potential to profit, right? It's up 38% today. You can see we've been pumping for a while, ever since this Russia-Ukraine situation led to fears about a sanction on oil and gas from Russia and any energy product, really. People have been buying in to CEI stock and a bunch of oil companies. So we have been seeing rises due to that. And it's likely that if we do see those sanctions go through, we could see much bigger rises in CEI stock. Now, if we are going to see those sanctions happen, that would certainly be very good, not just for CEI, but a bunch of oil companies, but especially CEI in terms of price. Because once again, small market cap stock, and we can take a peek at it here, their market cap is about, their market cap, if I can pull it up, is about right here, $195 million. So relatively easy to move this one. Much easier than it is to move ExxonMobil, right? That's in the tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap. So people are flooding into this as not just an oil-based play, but a pump play. However, what will likely drive more volume to this is further increases in the price of oil. So that's something you're really going to want to watch out for. If you're interested in this play, if you're in this play, you're going to want to watch out for further increases in the price of oil. You'll also want to watch out for making sure this thing stays above key resistance support levels, okay? And make sure it doesn't break down below $1. If it does, things could get pretty risky with it. I mean, we've seen some big price fluctuations over the past while, and just recently, last time they got shot off $1, now that they're actually breaking through, this could be very, very good for them. They're already up 42% today. I'm not sure how much more upside there is today, but over the next couple of days, I mean, we've seen this thing go up multiple days in a row sometimes. So there certainly is potential. And I will say the last big squeeze that we saw, this thing was up day after day after day after day. So if we get another situation like that, things could be very good for CEI stock. It could certainly be a big gainer, but you're going to want to keep an eye out on overall oil prices. Okay, if these oil prices end up plummeting, then that's probably not very good for CEI. However, if we do get more sanctions on Russia and Ukraine, you could see these oil prices skyrocket along with the price of CEI. It's not a guarantee, since CEI is rising much more than what the underlying price of oil is doing and what most oil stocks are doing. It is becoming more of a momentum-driven squeeze play at this point. So there is potential there. It's definitely a stock to have on watch if you've not already got into it. It's something to watch for at the very least. We're very close, actually, to making highs of the day. And it's an interesting play, to say the least. I mean, there is potential with it regarding the short interest and whatnot. A lot of people might be moving into it for that reason. And you can see that even today, it's number 2 on StockTwits, up 39%, the second most active stock out there. So it is taking the spotlight at the moment. And whenever a stock takes the spotlight, there's always a lot of potential for either big moves to the upside or the downside. And that's what I wanted to talk about regarding CEI. It's a very interesting play to keep on watch at the moment, especially during these times when we might be seeing further sanctions with Russia and oil prices skyrocketing even further. So that's what I wanted to say out there. And keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. Definitely don't, go buying any stocks because I say anything about them. Do your own research and whatnot. But if you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video. And other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.